Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of October of 2021, and there were 6 dividend payments today. It was a total of 26 cents. There was a couple of first-time payments. There was one monthly paying stock. Yeah, but nothing really spectacular. One went up, one went down, and two stayed the same. And also my Lockheed Martin has gone in. I put €3 in because it dropped quite a lot after a bad earnings call. The leaderboards, I think out of the best stocks, the top 5 positions have remained the same since yesterday. First is Devon Energy, second is Vermilion Energy, third is Blackstone, fourth is Apollo Global Management, and fifth is Croda International. Number 6, Rolls-Royce has knocked Royal Dutch Shell down one place. Number 8 is Aerial Bank, which has moved up 2 places from yesterday. Novo Nordisk is number 9, and number 10 is Euronav. And out of all the worst positions, the bottom dividend paying stock is DLAKY, Deutsche Lufthansa. Second is Adler Group. Third is Zegona Communications. Fourth is LHA, which is also Deutsche Lufthansa. Fifth is Logitech International. Sixth is Alstom. Seventh is Gold Resource. 8 is Turning Point Brands. 9 is Rubis. And the 10th worst position is UTZ Brands. The first dividend payer today was Ellington Financial. Ticker symbol is EFC, and it's about $18, $18.50 per share. It pays a dividend every month, and this was an ordinary payment of 12 cents per share, which is down a bit from the previous 15 cents per share. EFC is a specialty finance company that acquires and manages mortgage-related, consumer-related, corporate-related, and other financial assets. It invests in a range of financial assets including residential and commercial mortgage loans, residential mortgage-backed securities, commercial mortgage-backed securities, consumer loans, and asset-backed securities, including ABS backed by consumer loans, collateralized loan obligations, non-mortgage and mortgage-related derivatives, equity investments in loan origination companies, and other strategic investments. Its current dividend yield is a high 9.77%, has a market cap of $1 billion, PE ratio of 47, and a revenue of $173.5 million. Earnings per share is also positive, 40 cents per share. EFC has a quarterly profit margin of about 35%, and annually is negative 7.5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 78%, and annually is about 75 or 74%. And its annual cash flow from operating is $119.5 million. From investing is $507.2 million. And from financing is negative $587.5 million. The second dividend payer today was New York Mortgage Trust. Ticker symbol is NYMT. It's about $4.50 per share at the moment. Pays a dividend every quarter, and this was for about 8.5 cents per share, which is up a tiny bit from the previous 8 cents per share. So New York Mortgage Trust is a real estate investment trust, or a REIT. It's engaged in acquiring, investing in, financing and managing primarily mortgage-related single-family and multi-family residential assets. The company's objective is to deliver long-term stable distributions to its stockholders over changing economic conditions through a combination of net interest margin and capital gains from a diversified investment portfolio. Its investment portfolio includes credit-sensitive single-family and multi-family assets. Its current market cap is about $1.5 billion. Doesn't give a PE ratio. Its revenue is $14.72 million. It does have a negative earnings per share of 84 cents, and its dividend yield is a high 9%. Its quarterly profit margin, 55%, and its annual profit margin is about negative 2,000%. Very bad. Its quarterly debt to assets, 51.5%, and annually is about 50.5%. And its annual cash flow from operating is $110.7 million. From investing is $2.12 billion, and from financing is negative $2.05 billion. The third dividend payer was Smurfit Kappa Group, ticker symbol SKG. It's based in the UK, and it's about £37.85 per share. Based in Dublin, Ireland. I don't know why it says the UK, but it is in British pounds. So it's a provider of paper-based packaging products. It manufactures, distributes, and sells containerboard, corrugated containers, and other paper-based packaging products. It offers two segments, or operates through two segments, which are Europe and the Americas. The Europe segment includes a system of mills and plants that produces a line of containerboard that is converted into corrugated containers. In addition to other types of paper-based packaging and bag-in-box operations. The Americas segment, which includes forestry and other types of paper, such as boxboard, sack paper, and graphic paper, and paper-based packaging, such as folding cartons and paper sacks. SKG pays a dividend once a year, and this was the first dividend I received from them. It was for 18.54 pence per share. Its current market cap is 11.35 billion. Its PE ratio is 18. Has a revenue of about £8.5 billion. Earnings per share of £2.43, and it has a pretty low dividend yield of 0.64%. Its quarterly profit margin is about 6.5%, and annually is about the same. Its quarterly debt to assets, 61.5%, and annually is about 63%. And its annual cash flow from operating, £1.25 billion. From investing is negative £498 million, and from financing is negative £64 million. The fourth dividend payer today was IG Group Holdings. Ticker symbol is IGG. It's also based in the UK. It's about £8.24 per share. And it's in the investment services industry. It pays a dividend twice a year, and this was an ordinary dividend of 30.24 pence per share, which is the first dividend I've received from them. It's a UK-based company that's engaged in online trading. It provides contracts for difference, or CFDs, in over 17 countries globally. Its segments include the UK, Australia, Europe, and the rest of the world. The UK segment consists of its operations in the UK and Ireland, and derives its revenue from financial spread bets, CFDs, binary options, and execution-only stockbroking. The Australian segment derives its revenue from CFDs and binary options. The Europe segment consists of its operations in France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland, and derives its revenue from CFDs, binary options, and execution-only stockbroking. The rest of the world segment consists of its operations in Japan, South Africa, Singapore, the USA, the United Arab Emirates, and Dubai, and derives its revenue from the operation of a regulated futures and options exchange, as well as CFDs and binary options. Its current dividend yield is about 5.5%. It has a market cap of about £3.5 billion. Its PE ratio is about 8. Has a revenue of £865 million and earnings per share of £1 per share. Its quarterly profit margin is about 44% and annually is about 43%. Quarterly debt to assets 27.5% and annually is about 34.5%. And its annual cash flow from operating £490.5 million. From investing is negative £132.7 million, and from financing negative £172 million. The fifth dividend payer was McCormick Company. Ticker symbol is MKC, and it's about $80 per share. Based in the US, and it's in the food processing industry. Pays a dividend 4 times a year, and this was an ordinary payment of 29 cents per share, which is the same as the previous. It's engaged in manufacturing, marketing, and distributing spices, seasoning mixes, condiments, and other flavorful products to the food industry, which is retailers, food manufacturers, and food service businesses. Company also partners with various companies that are involved in the manufacture and sale of flavorful products. It operates in 2 business segments, which are consumer and flavor solutions. Company's sales, distribution, and production facilities are located in North America, Europe, and China. Its additional facilities are based in Australia, India, Central America, Thailand, and South Africa. Currently has a market cap of $21.5 billion. PE ratio is about 28.5. Its revenue is $5.6 billion. Earnings per share of $2.83 per share. And its current dividend yield is a pretty low 1.69%. Its quarterly profit margin 13.71%. And annually is about the same, 13.34. Quarterly debt to assets of about 66%, and annually is about 67.5%. And its annual cash flow from operating is about $1 billion. From investing is about negative $1 billion, and from financing is $220.9 million. And the final dividend payer for today was ORCL. Ticker symbol is ORCL. It's about $96 per share at the moment, also based in the USA. And it's in the tech sector, in the software and programming industry. It pays a dividend 4 times a year, and this was an ordinary dividend of 27 cents per share, which is the same as the previous. ORCL provides products and services that address enterprise information technology, or IT, environments. The company's businesses include cloud and license, hardware, and services. Its products and services include applications and infrastructure offerings that are delivered through a variety of IT deployment models. Its customers include government agencies, educational institutions, and resellers. Using ORCL technologies, its customers build, deploy, run, manage, and support their internal and external products, services, and business operations. Its Oracle Cloud Services offerings include Oracle Software as a Service, which is SaaS, and Oracle Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS, that provides a stack of applications and infrastructure services delivered via cloud-based deployment models. The Oracle Cloud Services integrate the software, the hardware and services on a customer's behalf in a cloud-based IT environment. Its current market cap, $268.5 billion. Has a PE ratio of about 21, a revenue of $40.5 billion. Earnings per share is about $4.5, and the dividend yield is a pretty low 1.3%. Its quarterly profit margin is about 50%, and annually is about 34%. Quarterly debt to assets of 92.5%, and annually is about 96%. And its annual cash flow from operating is $15.89 billion. From investing is negative $13.1 billion, and from financing is negative $10.38 billion. So that was all for today. I wasn't too busy, and I don't have enough to reinvest, so I'll have to wait until tomorrow to see. But I hope that this was useful.